So let's get acquainted with the concept of software life cycle. And you all know what life cycle is. Here we have a life cycle of a fly. So it's a series of changes in the life of an organism, including reproduction. So we start by being eggs, become larvae, pupas, and then we become adult flies. And then we age, but well, the cycle continues with new reproductive reproduced organisms. It's a little bit different within software engineering, but almost the same. So let's have a look at a software life cycle. And this is a very, very simplified picture of software life cycle. We have something called initial development. And why I say initial development, it is when you develop a software system from scratch. That is, all the functionality is developed from scratch, and the first version of a system is being developed. Then, after you have delivered the first version to the customer, you step into the phase that is called evolution and maintenance. And here you add new functionality to this first version, and you even correct bugs. And this phase, well, initial development phase, it depends on the system. It may take half a year to develop. It may take 5 years to develop. It depends how complex the system is. But evolution maintenance, it is something repeatable. I mean, you for each phase, you create a new version of a software system, and then you get new requirements, you get new bugs, you have to attend to them. And the evolution and maintenance phase may last for many years, like 30, 40 years or so, with some exceptions. If the initial development of the software system is so bad that you cannot deliver it to customer, then you never step into evolution maintenance phase. But after some time, after about 30, 40 years, the software system is not useless, is useless. So you have to retire it. It is called retirement, well, but actually it means the software system is simply liquidated. You don't have it anymore. Yeah. So so within this phase, evolution maintenance phase, what you do, you extend the software with new functionality. You remove old functionality. You don't need to have some functionality that no longer exists. You have to remove it because otherwise it takes place. It may confuse the developers. You correct bugs. Sometimes you may see that there are bugs. They have not been exposed to the customer's eyes, but you can attend to them by removing them before they are encountered by the customer. So you prevent the bugs. And you may adapt your software system to new environment, like to new hardware environment for a cell phone, let us say. This, I could further develop this life cycle model, but still it's very simplified. So we have initial version as we had before. We have evolution and maintenance, but between evolution and maintenance and retirement, we have servicing. What does it mean? You simply do not retire the software system just like that. It may take time to retire the system. For instance, after 20 years, you see that the system is no longer easy to maintain and evolve. So you would like to replace it with some other system. But before you retire it, you simply decide that, okay, we will not extend the system with new functionality. We will simply have it as it is. We will correct the most important bugs. The other bugs, the user may live with them. And servicing will last as long as we have come up with a new system. So servicing is some kind of, well, maintenance of a software system, but not extension with functionality. There may be still customers that would like to use it. You may also look at the software life cycle from the product perspective. So here you can see we have major versions, version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4. And then we have minor versions like version 1.1, version 1.2, and so on. So let us say that initial development could be placed here in the first version. This is when you develop the first version of a system, of a totally new system. What happens later? After you have developed it, you have delivered it to the customer, and the customer takes it over and suddenly encounters bugs, problems. So he reports on these problems to, to the software organization, and the software organization, while the customer uses this version 1, they are in a hurry to create version 2, yeah, that is to extend it with new functionality. But the customer cannot wait for version 2. They have to have the bugs corrected now, not in a month or two. So what this company does is that they correct the bug and they create a new minor version of version 1, like for instance version 1.1, and deliver it to the customer now with a corrected bug. Of course, they have to make sure that this corrected bug in version 1.1 is not repeated in version 2. So they must check that in version 2 this bug is removed. So if we look at all this, we could say that, okay, everything except for version 1 corresponds to evolution and maintenance. So initial development, you can see how little it is in comparison to evolution and maintenance. And many say that evolution and maintenance is more than 90% of the whole life cycle cost, that is cost of developing software system. So to repeat, here we have development of new system and development of new functionality in the existing system. Now, in industry, usually when they say development, they mean development of both totally new functionality of a new system and new functionality in existing system. So you have to really think of it, that there is again a confusion of what means by development, what means maintenance, and so on. But anyway, this picture, I hope, gives you some kind of an idea that evolution maintenance is a very, very costly phase.